300-mile-per-hour barrier, Kenny Bernstein, and young Corey McClenathan. Each with the dream of the Winston Top Fuel Championship. Cruz Pedregon has won the last 5 events in the series and looks to be the funny car champion. But two-time champ John Force has vowed to defend his title to the bitter end, burning it to the ground if necessary. These men take center stage as the NHRA season concludes. It's a beautiful autumn afternoon in Southern California as we're alongside the San Gabriel Mountains for the final event of the National Hot Rod Association season. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 28th annual Winston Finals. I'm Joel Myers, and today we're at the LA County Fairgrounds in Pomona, California. Believe it or not, after 17 races this year, we get ready today for the 18th and final event. Only 54 points separated the top 2 drivers in the top fuel division coming in. Well, the unbelievable has already occurred. And with more on that story, let's head over to Steve Evans.
Joel, in qualifying, Kenny Bernstein ended up 2 positions ahead of Joe Amato and earned 4 bonus points. Exactly what he wanted, because that narrowed the deficit to exactly 50 points. But then in round 1 this morning, Kenny Bernstein lined up alongside Danielle DePorter. And for reasons nobody can explain, Kenny has never had good luck in the opening stanza against female drivers. He didn't here today. A floor problem eliminated Bernstein, and immediately back in the lanes, the Amato crew started their celebration. Kenny Bernstein, well, you can just imagine how he felt.
It's a shame. One of those things, you know.
No one will ever forget the 300-mile-an-hour year you've had, though.
Well, we appreciate that. It's a great honor for the team and for our people to accomplish that. You know, we're just, you know, Joe Amato, that whole group, this group out here runs really hard, and it's tough to keep up with them all the time. And, you know, obviously it's been 2 years in a row we've gone down to the wire here, but maybe next year will be our year. We're just, we're glad it's over with, actually, to be honest about it.
C93. After Amato beat Tony Pedregon in round 1, the celebration at the far end gained more steam.
Oh, the good morning was shining on it.
I must tell you, though, there is one driver who can still spoil the Joe show. He is local favorite Corey McClenathan. Now, should Joe lose in the second round coming up in just a few minutes, and Corey Mack go on to win the entire event and set an all-time national record, he'll be the champ. Hey, weirder things have happened in drag racing, believe me. Don Garlitz has the similar story in Funny Car.
Well, Steve, John Force came into the Winston Finals the decided underdog against Cruz Pedregon. By his own admission, he said, I need a miracle to pull this one off. Well, he didn't get his miracle. In the first round of qualifying yesterday, the car left the line, the tires spun, the throttle hung wide open, the car made a violent turn, went over on its roof, slid down the drag strip, kissed the retaining wall, and continued to spin around, ended up in the lights upside down. John Force got out of the car. He wasn't hurt. His spirits were still very high. Steve spoke with him.
Hey, she laughed. We're trying to run a fairly good number, and throttle just, it smoked the tires and went to pellet, and the throttle hung wide open. It's just one of them things that happens. It's a different body on the car. We did run it at Phoenix, but we ain't out of this race. Cruz Pedregon's horseshoes are holding, obviously, but we got another car in the trailer. We can get back, fix this one maybe, mainly get back in the game for the fans, because that's why we're here. The money's dead. It's over unless we win this thing, and we're going to try.
earlier this morning coming into round one, this is what had to happen. John Force had to win this race today. He had to set a new national record, and Cruz Pedregon has to lose in round two. This did not happen. John Force lines up in the first round against Gary Bolger. The car leaves the line. Everything looks all right. And then mechanical problems set in. The blower belt comes off the car, and John loses. This makes Cruz Pedregon the funny car Winston champion. Well, Cruz, would you have believed 6 months ago that you would be sitting here the Winston funny car champion?
Absolutely not. We're the great team, and your expectations are high, but until it happens, you're still wondering.
Well, Cruz has already won 5 championships this year, and it's not over yet. Joel?
All right, Don, so now we continue with round number 2. As we've seen the stories that have been building over the last couple of days, round number 2 in the Top Fuel division. And as you can see, Joe Amato doesn't have to worry about Kenny Bernstein in the point standings anymore, but he still has to be concerned with Corey McLenathan.
Oh, absolutely. And Ed McCullough has won the last 3 out of 4 NHRA national events. He will not be a pushover here. Amato qualified number 4 to 486, beat Tony Pedregon in round 1. McCullough qualified solidly number 5 at a 488, and he dispatched Tommy Johnson Jr. in the initial frame. All right, here we go. Ed McCullough in the near lane. Joe Amato in the far lane. How much horsepower? Well, let's see. 20 brand new Corvette automobiles combined wouldn't have as much horsepower as one of these cars. Well over 5,000. There's Amato. He needs some breathing room between himself and Corey Mack. They're away. It's a great race. Amato falls back. Ed McCullough wins it at 4.91 seconds. A big speed, 292 miles an hour. Joe Amato is out of competition at the Winston Finals, but is he yet the Winston champ?
We will find out as the day develops, as Joe Amato is knocked out in round number 2. We continue with the second round, and we get ready for the young man we were just talking about, Corey McLenathan from Anaheim, California, 29-year-old, going up against Don Prudhomme. And let's get an idea of the disappointment that has to be experienced right now as we head down to the end of the track and join Steve.
Joe Amato, you know what Corey McLenathan has to do to ruin your day. Is it possible?
Well, you never say never in motorsports, but it's so hot here, and he doesn't have any backup because I checked, so he has to make a record and have a backup, and that's going to be pretty hard in the heat. All I can hope, maybe the snake can take him out now, and then I won't have to worry about it.
Thanks, Jim.
That is yet to be determined. The snake, John Prudhomme, is going to be in the near lane. In the far lane, the young man from Anaheim, California, Corey McLenathan.
Well, even though Don Prudhomme has won 3 races this year, lately he hasn't had his usual venom, so Corey Mack may be in a very good position here. Prudhomme did not qualify all that well. McLenathan, on the other hand, qualified number 2 at a 4.84, and he took Robert Reel out of the game in round 1. Prudhomme qualified number 7. That's slow for him at a 4.94, and he got to Rance McDaniel. All right, here we go. Snake in the near lane. Corey McLenathan, far side. So far, every driver with lane choice has taken that far lane. Staged and ready. McLenathan needs to run in the low 480s to stay alive in the title chase. Can he beat the snake? Whoa, Prudhomme closes past, but Corey Mack wins in a ball of fire. Corey Mack has sacrificed an engine to beat Don Prudhomme with a 4.92 second elapsed time at only 277 miles an hour. Prudhomme is closing. Joe Amato waving to the fans. He feels he's won the Winston title. You heard what he said. He feels it's too hot for McLenathan to set a record, and blowing that engine will be a setback for Corey Mack.
Be right back to Pomona.
NBC's Sports World and